Fassi, Sharks fullback. And then the little break and away they go, and South Africa scoring an absolute peach. What about that?
Speed in rugby isn't just an asset, it's a weapon. And right now, no one is talking faster than Grant Williams. Claims have been made. Japan's coach, Eddie Jones, said that if all halfbacks raced 100 meters, Williams would win by 5 meters. That's not just hype, it's a serious statement. But is it backed by facts? Today, we'll look at his pace, compare it to top global contenders, and see if the numbers truly support the legend. Former Sharks coach Sean Everett once said, "There isn't a 9 in the world who's quicker than Grant." That high praise speaks volumes, especially from someone who's seen every rising star in South African rugby. Anecdotes are one thing. What about the data? While official sprint times aren't always public, Grant stands among the fastest recorded Springboks. Colby has a verified 100-meter time of 10.7 seconds, setting the benchmark for pace in the squad. So, how does Grant really stack up? From the moment he first hit the field, Grant Williams has been a player who catches the eye. Not just for his pace, but for the way he reads the game. Fans and commentators alike have questioned, is he the fastest player in world rugby? And it's not just about straight-line speed. True rugby speed is measured in acceleration, decision-making, and how a player creates opportunities from chaos on the field. Williams demonstrates all of these in spades. Growing up in South Africa, Grant's athleticism was evident early. Coaches noticed a combination of agility, vision, and sheer determination. Even in his youth games, he could turn a seemingly harmless position into a scoring chance. It wasn't flashy runs that defined him. It was timing, positioning, and an instinct for exploiting every tiny gap. Opponents often found themselves reacting to him, rather than setting the pace themselves. By the time he joined professional ranks, Grant's reputation had already begun to spread. Analysts noted his acceleration from rucks, his ability to shift lines in an instant, and his uncanny sense for when to pass or when to push forward himself. It's a skill set that separates the good players from the ones the world watches closely. And Williams has been doing it consistently, making big plays in Super Rugby and international competitions. What makes Grant unique is how he pairs raw speed with rugby intelligence. While some wingers rely solely on sprinting, he blends positioning with anticipation. He doesn't just outrun defenders, he manipulates them, forcing missteps and creating space for teammates. When watching him on the field, it's like seeing a player in control of both the ball and the game tempo simultaneously. Every run, every decision seems to have a purpose. And let's not forget his composure under pressure. Fast players often make mistakes in high-stakes situations, but Williams remains steady. Whether it's a sudden turnover, a critical kick chase, or a breakaway, he evaluates the field while in motion, making decisions that often leave opponents flat-footed. This mental agility is what separates him from others, who might have the speed, but not the tactical mind. Off the field, his professionalism mirrors his on-field intensity. Teammates speak about his dedication in training, his willingness to study opponents, and his drive to continually refine every aspect of his game. This work ethic complements his natural gifts and ensures that what we see during matches is the result of disciplined preparation as much as innate ability. Not to mention, rugby speed isn't always about sprinting in a straight line. It's how you accelerate from a ruck, how you shift lanes, how you spot and exploit gaps. Grant's playing style gives us real-time examples, on-field evidence of speed converted into points. So how does Grant really stack up? And the comparisons are already stacking up. People are measuring him against legends like Brian Habana and Cheslin Colby. That's a huge weight for any young player to carry. But if you study Grant's career so far, you see he doesn't get caught up in the noise. He plays like someone who knows his path, not someone trying to live in another man's shadow. The numbers back it up too. His acceleration markers, his meters gained per match, his ability to consistently beat defenders. All indicators that his speed is not just a party trick, but a system that works. Coaches love that reliability because it means you can build plays around him. It's not just, maybe he'll create something today. It's, if we give him half a chance, we know he will. But what makes his story even more fascinating is that he's not simply a sprinter wearing rugby boots. Grant understands physicality. He understands positioning, and he's willing to put in the defensive work. That balance is rare. Many quick players shy away from the tougher side of the game, but Grant knows that to be a complete back, you can't afford to have weaknesses. Speed is his standout trait, sure, but it's backed by versatility. And here's where South African rugby benefits the most. Having a player like Grant in the system means you have another option for tactical variety. Imagine you're facing a structured defensive wall. Grant can stretch it, force it wide, pull defenders out of position. Suddenly, gaps appear for others. In a way, his speed doesn't just create opportunities for himself, it creates them for the entire team. That's why his rise feels so important. He's not just another quick youngster trying to make it. He represents the type of player modern rugby demands. Fast, adaptable, smart, and willing to put in the work. If you zoom out and look at the bigger picture, rugby itself is evolving. Fitness levels are higher, tactical awareness is sharper, and margins for error are smaller. Grant Williams fits right into that shift. Now, some critics say it's too early to call him world-class. That's fair. He's still carving his legacy. But what we can say is that the foundation is already there. You don't consistently produce the kind of performances he's putting out without having something special. It's not hype, it's data, it's results, and it's the respect of teammates and opponents alike. So maybe the bigger story here isn't just about one player. It's about how he represents the future of the sport. Players like Grant remind us that rugby isn't stuck in the past. It's evolving, and it's faster than ever. And when you watch him tear through a defensive line, you're not just seeing a highlight moment. You're seeing the direction the game is headed. And that's why Grant Williams matters. Not just as a player, not just as a speedster, but as a symbol of where rugby is going next.